everyone, and welcome to the map Alcyone. Or should I say, welcome to the March Viewer Challenge. Yes, indeed, the time has come. It is time to go through some fantastic replays here. Kicking things off for match number 1 of the day, the Red Zerg. Here in the upper right, Rad. Very excellent and rad. Their Terran opponent, the blue SCVs here in the bottom left corner. It is Try Die Again. Excellent viewer challenge. It's time. We've got a minute before the proxy racks heat up here. Show me the viewer challenge information.
Why are you helping these vermin?
Very good. Thank you for that. We have, of course, the challenge Spring Surprises was this month, and I wanted to leave some creativity up to the beautiful viewers. That would be why I went with proxy everything, essentially. You are to build as many of your buildings outside of your bases as possible. The Terran, seeming to at least potentially be the submitter here, has a depot in by their natural wall, 3 proxy barracks, Marine. This is going to be a quick one, just going with a Marine opener. Does the Zerg just die? I don't know. The Zerg has their spawning pool and a 2-minute lair. Excellent depot placement here. Fabulous to see. I'm sorry. We have a proxy 3 racks up against a 2-minute lair. Like, this should be over by normal game standards, but as you are well aware, I'm sure this is no normal game. No, this is one of the wonderful viewer submitted matches. We shall have to see where this goes. A couple of lings are going across the other side. The Marine count is slowly building. There's just frankly not a lot of mining. This was not a requirement. Okay. I will not. I refuse to be blamed for this decision. The Marines have chosen now as the time to strike. The Queen looks like they're barely going to make it out. The drones get a decent surround even without the mineral walk here. Microing them back. Not target firing down the low health drones though. Queen so dangerously low. Don't lose the Queen. No. Oh. Regicide onto the field. Drones now being picked off. This is actually mounting up to be pretty deadly here. The saving grace, I would say, for the Zerg is that the Terran is not mining. Incapable of it. The Marines will eventually all be clawed and packed down by the drones here. And the SCVs resume their vital task of mining. Yes. There's a Ling over here who has not scouted the main base, but there was an Overlord. Are you serious? Did all of that movement get scouted? Oh dear. Alright, well, a pack of Lings, because, you know, anytime you lose 12 drones to a proxy 3 racks, the answer is usually to make 10 slow Lings, and then move on with your day of trying to mute a rush. Yes, all of those words do kind of go together here, naturally speaking. The Marine production is continuing. The Lings, I think, are going to Why are you lowering the depot? Well, the Lings are gonna find one of the stray depots out here and are quickly going to vanquish it. The Marines choose now as the time to go, picking off a few more drones. 3 mutas engaged with the Marines, which is going to be very good for the Marines, of course. And they own the natural, complete dominion over this terrain here. Oh, one of them's picked off. Queen called down from the main base. Drones, getting the wombo combo. Muta, drone, queen, hatchery creep is going to work out. The roaming Lings find another depot out in the wild. This is why you really shouldn't place your depots out there, guys. Oh wait, that was my fault, I know. If you like this production spot so much, maybe just make some reactors here. Why not? Getting an engineering bay. This is to make it a planetary. This is why you chose this place. The rich gas, of course. Some more barracks on the way here. The Zerg player, not quite sure what is going on. Oh, excellent choice in the announcer packs, of course. Finding a couple of overlords right as they hatch. The Lings called back, still slow Lings, not quite sure where the Ling speed button is at this time. Oh, it hurts. It's so painful. I don't know what's worse, the lack of Terran micro or the lack of speed for the Zerglings here. Lings find a group of reinforcement Marines, which I think is going to spell doom. How many worker kills, though? Like, 23 worker kills at this point. The mutas are going to find a missile turret. The Lings find the proxy barracks location, quickly dispatching the Marines, and now they set their claws, their teeth, to the cumbersome task. Nope, we're leaving. Okay. Wait, where are you going? Where are the barracks going? The Lings will deal with the missile turrets here. The command center can still lift, because this is not a planetary, which is helpful, I suppose. Probably would have been better to have a planetary, though. Because a planetary could have dealt with the Zerglings, and the missile turrets would have dealt with the mutas. The flying barracks are going to scout the very empty Natchery location. Yes. Oh, no. And mutas find the actual base of the Terran here. Proxy everything was my command. Build as many things outside of your bases as possible. I'm going to say this does qualify because, you know, clearly this is the Terran's main, this is the Terran's natural, this would be the Terran's third, except that it's actually owned by the Queen. This our player found them. It's like, how did you get here? Get back to the creep. The slowlings will not be able to fit through the minerals. They have to go through the rocks, and I'm not sure they actually know that. Oh, you are a bold Terran, getting 3 reactors at once right now. I would be so terrified of the Zerg breaking through the rocks with these slowlings, of course. The one muta still harassing the flying barracks that might actually be able to make it back home to land. We'll see. The other mutas might be looking to regroup. Oh, yeah, it might be quicker to just land and make Marines to kill the muta at this point. I believe it. I believe that is an option here. The command center was destroyed up here, which means there's no more minerals, no more gas mining from up there. The mutas do find the landed barracks, and with no marine production, I think that's going to spell a little bit of doom here for the proxy barracks. The Terran continuing to amass their army outside of their base areas. Of course, this is kind of more of a a neutral area, like a late game kind of area for the Terran, I will allow it. I think it's fine. I'm okay with the idea of taking this. You're going to destroy the debris. Fantastic. Debris has been opened. The way is clear. The Marines, do they even have stim? No, they don't even have stim. No shields, no stim, no +1, nothing. We have +1 for the mutas. Finally found the Zergling speed button at the same time we found the hive. Okay. Watching Marines with no shields, no stim, no medevac support here take on slow Zerglings makes me feel like I'm watching somebody play through the Wings of Liberty campaign on casual. Ugh. Queen, the first to fall at the gates here. The Lings do pop out. This should be enough Marines, right? Oh yeah. God, Marines are good. That was plenty of Marines. It would seem the drone's gonna have to be evacuated. Accelerad here, trying to take a third hatch, trying to keep the drone, not the drones! Well, luckily they're targeting the mutas. Oh my gosh. That was close. We almost lost more drones. 30 drones in total. 7 SCVs have fallen. I'm pretty sure that was from this area up here. The Terran trying again. Why not? It's in their name, I suppose. Gonna go for the gas here. Mutas. They might. I thought I heard a Widowmine. We'll follow the mutas for a moment here. We'll speed this up a little bit too, because things have terribly calmed down. The mutas engage with the Marines, which is not very muta friendly at all. Very ill-advised, unless you grossly outnumber the Marines. Or out-upgrade them, I suppose. Carapace is good. If you're gonna fight Marines, hey, get Carapace at least. They will go out onto the map here. Let's try attempts to take another proxy base. Okay. The drones imperiled Lings now equipped with speed. Look at how much more effective they are. Even the drones get in on the action here and the combo. We're just trying more of the same here. We gotta have a new idea at some point, right? Nope. Nothing yet. Okay. Okay. Well, we're probably gonna need to figure something out. The base is mining out, which means this is quickly going to become not a prime location for the Terran, who is making more command centers outside of their primary areas here. I'm okay with this. We're ignoring the main, the natural, and the third base. Ugh. So I'm allergic to all this proxy business. I feel like I gotta sneeze now. Thanks a lot, guys. Like, Indigos, you asked for this, though. Why'd you make us do this? Because I like to watch you all suffer. Isn't that the truth? The Zerg player getting both a Greater Spire and an Ultralisk Cavern at the same time here. The Ultralisk Cavern. That's a good choice. Okay. If you're playing a 15-minute match and all you've seen is your opponent do weird stuff like proxy Marines with no stim, no shields for 15 minutes here, then I'm going to say Ultralisks, solid option. Chitinous plating, fabulous. Get it. Okay. Some Hellions make their way into the mineral line, quickly caught by the drones, but it's not going to matter. The drones line up, too. Spine Crawler helping to dispatch it. We were at 30. What are we at now? 37, I'm guessing? Whoa, wait. 45 drone kills. Good God. You have to admire the commitment to making drones. Accelerad continuing the drone production. even despite losing so many, not being able to get above 30 to 40 here. Ah, Broodlords. The Broodlords to be used for a siege here. Fantastic to see. Okay. I like the idea, actually. I have to give that bonus point there. The Broodlords likely to siege the Terran's location here. The Marines are moving out on the map. And the Widow Mine is in danger. The drones. Yeah, the drones are going to get them. Yeah, you split them up, too. Get that damage spread evenly there, accordingly. Little skirmish in the middle of the map. The Muta is going to deal with that. The Marines move into the Natchery, though. And this is a lot of Marines. Even without stim, even without shields. I think this is probably going to be a bit scary to clean up. The Broodlords on the other side of the map start to pick off the engineering bay, which is going to deny the Terran the only upgrade they felt the confidence and ambition to actually get. The command center could lift off, the buildings could lift off, so they shouldn't be destroyed by the Broodlords, I would think. The Marines make their way up into the hive, though, and gun down the spires. The focus is the spire, however. There's 2 Ultralisks on the way, which is going to be, I think, really good. Like, I think the Ultralisks should be able to handle this. Oh, we've got one. Get him out. Oh my god. It's a slaughter, just one Ultra. No stim, no shields, no hope up against a chitinous plating Ultralisk here, it would seem. The Broodlords continuing their ransacking siege. Lift your buildings, you fool. The Broodlords destroying factory. Starting to burn down the command center here. Uh-oh. Oh, that's a Zergling. Okay, never mind. I thought it was an Ultralisk. Oh, dear lord. You two. 3 Ultras out on the map, which I think is just going to spell doom for the Terran at this point in time. We will see. The command center finally lifted off as we hit burning status level here. A mule has to be dropped just to offer up repairs. Does the Zerg know about... So they haven't seen the bases, but they do see 1 worker. Okay. Marines. More of the same. How many kills you guys got? 22. 6. 2. Good gosh, 30 kills on just these Ultras. The 22, though, he's the hero of the story. The Broodlords decided to make the tactical play of spreading out a good, 20, 30 meters, maybe. Whatever you want to call it. Just slightly over there. Hey, Timmy, spread out. Spread out. We'll get them from multiple sides here. Thors. Okay. From Marines to Thors. Still proxied, I suppose. The Ultralisk is going to find the freshly dropped mules. Oh, gosh. That's, Are you gonna lose this command center? Oh. Barely. Playing with fire here. Literally. Fire on your buildings. The Broodlords completely clear this place. It looks like we're gonna leave 1. Timmy's in charge. Don't mess it up, Timmy. Okay, you got this. It's just 1 missile turret. Just don't fly over it. The command center lives. Will not burn down this day. And a couple of Cyclones attempting to take down the hatchery, it would seem. Where's the Thors? We've got them. In a nice spot, too. If the Ultras were to try to engage here, this would be pretty bad for the Ultras, I would say. From Marines to Thors. I love it. Alright. Broodlords continuing their path. Their carve of destruction here. Where's my Ultras? Here we go. No, there they go. My bad. Never mind there. Are the Thors stuck? I think the Thors might be stuck. The Ultra's even more stuck. Stuck in the ground now, though. The other 2 see the Thor turn tail and run. probably a good decision. The Thors, I think, is actually a really good decision on the part of the Terran, dealing with both Ultras and Broodlords pretty well. Here's the difficulty, though, is getting to see them. Yeah, we're going to have to scan. The Ultras engage at the same time here. One of the Thors will be destroyed. Oh, they're going to get 2 Thors, but I don't think they're going to get any more. The Broodlords trying to help out, too. It's a little tough to do stutter step attacks with Broodlords at this point, though. Single Zergling, full of ambition, full of confidence. Couple over here, get the command center. This is a little bit of a chaotic match, you two. I'm impressed. The Thors trying to deal with the Broodlords by chasing them. 2 more Thors on the way. And the Zerg player, they have 3 drones to their name. Only enough money to make 6 Zerglings, who up against a player that's going to quickly have 4 Thors. Oh, wait. The Broodlord falls, which I think is going to be just about it. The Zergling, though, never count them out, I suppose. Gonna get the armory. No, where are you going? Don't leave your job unfinished. The Thors destroy the hatchery, provoking the broodlings here. Where'd the rest of the Zerglings go? Oh, they're all over here. The Thors complete? Oh yeah, they just had to walk around. Perfect. Lings up against 4 Thors, which is gonna go just about as well as it could happen. On that note, Accelerad is going to tap out with 3 drones and 1 army supply to their name. Falls to the proxied might of the Terran here. That was something. Okay, and that's probably the best way I can put it. Thank you for the submission. That was something. Onwards now to the next match of the day. For the second match of the day, we find ourselves on the map Hard Lead here. The blue Protoss in the bottom right, throwing out high in chat. That's how you know how low we've fallen here. It is Lex with 2 X's. Because that's cool. Cool kids, they get that 2 X's there. And the red Zerg, their opponent here in the upper left corner, it is Skiemk. Move your OV. Why's your Overlord? Are you up for sharing a base? Ooh, a proxy hatch on the menu. Will be countered, though, it seems, by 2 very unmicroed probes. They just set them on the task, letting them go. Oh, pulling one of them away. Oof. Skiemk going to be hard countered, it seems. Oh, you might have been fine with that one. What are you doing? Gonna end up losing the drone here. Okay. Oh, can we get it? Just barely. The hatchery gets to start. Likely not going to complete, though. A forge is made. Lex reverting to their primal base Protoss instincts here, getting a forge before their gateway, even if it's defensive, because hey, cannons are good. Okay, have you seen Carax in co-op? I hear there's something about cannons and it being really good, I suppose. I haven't played Carax personally. But we're making a pylon down here as the proxy hatch is attempted. So far, not a lot else going on for the Zerg, it seems. We do have another drone out on the map, though. Now, the premise of a proxy everything for a Zerg intrigues me, because as many of you intellectuals know, I'm sure, Zerg require creep for most of their buildings. So we're going to have a lot of proxy bases, or we're going to get creative, have like maybe overlords dropping creep in places. Don't do that. The cannons will complete the zealot slicing hacking away at the paint and the pigmentation of the hatchery here. That unusual face is gonna go out here from the red Zerg. Not even gonna make anything? Come on. Make something. At least, like, what, a Zergling to scout around? Oh, we don't even have a pool, do we? Oh, we don't even have a spawning pool. Oh, well, okay then. Overlord. Make an Overlord. Just sit the Overlord towards the main base there. Oh gosh. Double Stargate. A couple of proxy hatches coming up now on the way for the Zerg player, who is quickly having to pivot from their proxy hatch play. The Zealots, not the Zealots, but the sort of the Zealots dealt with the larva here. Destroying the hatchery removes the creep, which prevents the larva from existing. Because even larvae require creep. Did you know that? Without creep, larvae cannot exist. We have a pool. Did you pulled the drone from the main to come make the pool proxied. Fantastic. I like it so far. We have void rays on the way though, and with no spawning pool being built, that's going to cause a severe lack of queens, as you all know. You all, I'm sure, quite aware of. Oh, Lex sees it. Nothing getting past the blue Protoss here. Gonna send the Zealots after that hatchery. And I'm pretty sure 2 Zealots is actually enough to make the health go down. Yeah, definitely. Canceling that hatch. Gonna try and just get the drone out of there. Should be able to get away. Yeah, Zealot's gonna pull away there. More drones being sent out. I didn't do nothing. Scamp, I don't believe Lex is bothered by your chat. They may have muted you, which would have been my advice too. If you're in this situation, your opponent's chatting you up, getting cheesy with you, making, buildings where they don't belong. Don't play that. Just mute them. Move on with your day. Stay focused. Chaos is their ally. Don't let them use it against you. 3 hatcheries. We got the hatchery wall going on here outside of the Protoss's base. The Void Ray finds the extractor. Are there even any queens? There's one way far away though. One up at the main base here. Might have better luck trying to get an Evo chamber. Oh, we don't need an Evo chamber for spores. I'm so old. I remember back when spores required an Evo chamber. Not necessary anymore, but we're going to need a bit more than just 1 spore to deal with 3 void rays here. The queen pops out. Going to quickly try and run. She will not make it very far, though. The spine crawlers finish their morphing. Oh, the spore. Doing pretty well, actually, getting a little hull damage even against one of the Void Rays there. We have 4 more on the way. The Void Ray's not focusing down the spores. Till now. It seems I don't believe they've been charged up either, though. You could charge them up, right? Extra damage versus armored. Well, this is not going well. This is a little scary, actually. The spores. Focus. Focus fire. The spores. Ugh. Yes, there we go. We targeted the injured Void Ray now. 2 of the Voids do go down. Queen distracting the Voids long enough for the Spore to pick off a 3rd. He should be able to get the 4th. Oh, unless it flies away like a cowardly Void Ray it is. What's this? Oh, an Ovi. The Spore. I don't think that's in range. Is that? Yeah, I didn't think so. Awkward. Okay. Uh-oh. 2 more voids coming up. This is very scary. I can imagine the adrenaline the Zerg is probably feeling. Oh, God. Indigos always making me do such maddening work here. Proxying everything as Zerg just essentially moving up the front line here. Making the drones in peril. Queen barely making it out of there. Spore crawlers complete, though. Will actually deal with the Void Rays. Very nice to see. Behind all of this are 1,200 mineral Protoss, still just making voids 2 at a time. Not a lot of concern about, you know, expanding, making more Stargates, getting some upgrades. What did we get? Oh, we actually got +1 for the voids. 1 attack and 1 armor here. We're going to need a fleet beacon to get any more. I take it back. I'm impressed. The commitment to void rays, it would seem. Now, the Zerg player here. The Zerg player has some choices to make. And one of these choices includes having more queens. The other, of course, the alternative is not having more queens, which I will say is not a good choice. In this situation especially, more queens, void rays. Okay, there's voids out. You need some queens, my friend. You moved every queen from the main base? There's none here? Not even caring for injects. Where are they going? Where are they going? We will find out together. I'm still not sure. Are they coming down here? No. Oh, here we go. We found it. The base of the ramp. The location has been found. The queens have made it to the front line, and now the vile Protoss will pay for their transgressions. HY, you mean? Now, okay, guys, I know I'm a little old here, a little old-fashioned, not quite up with the times, maybe, but I got nothing on that, okay? Like, my brain wants to say, how you mean? Lex still only committing high to the conversation. Okay. Waiting to see. We're getting a spire. Where's the spire located? The spire is located at the front line, of course. The Zerg player committed, having only their main base hatchery still. Expanding to the Protoss bases even more. We have the Zerg contain. Mock contain here. Carriers on the way. That didn't take long. The natural steps, of course, we went from cannons to void rays to carriers now. What will be after carriers, though? I think after carriers is usually just either victory or defeat. Changeling. Found. Instantly. Lex looked at that and says, I don't like ground units. That's not a void ray. Need to be able to changeling. To choose what your changeling morphs into. Wouldn't that be a bit of extra micro there? The void ray count. You're getting corruptors. Okay. I'm intrigued. I mean, they'll be invaluable against the carriers, of course. Adding on that 3rd Stargate, Lex has been getting carriers. Carrier has arrived. The first to the field here. When will they start to harass? There's a lot of spores and queens at this point, though. And what I think is going to happen then in that case is the interceptors will fall to the spores, the queens, the corruptors will be able to pick off the carriers, make everything else mad, it seems. Decent transfuse here. Where's the rest of your corruptors? You have 7. They're coming, they're joining. We have less than 7. We're getting a Tempest, too. Lex, that's not the natural step. It ends at carriers. We die on this hill with carriers, okay? Usually there's maybe Dark Templar sprinkled in somewhere, but as mentioned, Lex, a man of class here, of Protoss excellence, knows only air power. That was one thing they taught them from the campaign. They played through the legacy of the Void campaign. Void, guys, void rays, it's in the name. It must be good. And I can attest to that. The campaign can actually be beaten pretty easily with void rays. Legacy of the void ray, it is. Corruptor count, slightly growing. Still not enough, I think, to take on the Protoss force, though. We're gonna need some other kind of support here. Holy cannon. Pick off the pylon. Oh, Lex not going to be up for that, though. Says, I am a 2-base Protoss. I will stay on as a 2-base Protoss. Getting the Tempest, getting tectonic destabilizers, too. Okay. Lex, not new to this situation, it would seem. Going to actually have the air upgrades, potentially pick off the spore crawlers. Get an Oracle for Vision, and I will absolutely be floored and impressed. Okay. Get an Oracle for Revelation here. Picking off the Changelings. If only the Changeling could have been turned into a carrier. Wouldn't that be cool? You tell me that's not cool. It's like the Zerg version of hallucination. I don't know how it would really work, though. Like, you'd have to designate it beforehand, and then what? It gets to the natural, and then suddenly a carrier floats in? Not gonna work. I don't think it'll work like that. We'd have to think about this. Somebody write that down. Come up with a better version of the idea. I think it's a good idea, though. More Tempest on the way, which, like, is good against the spores, sure, but not so much against the corruptors, unless they just pick them off from far away. Why are you going after the pylons? You're just trying to make them mad, trying to get them to move out. I can understand the decision, if you're just trying to get them to move out, trying to make them mad. Lex, did you get any more upgrades? No, you've had the fleet beacon. Oh gosh, we forgot about the Cybercore upgrades. Corruptors committing onto one of the Tempests. Looks like losing one of their own, but we'll get the Tempest, so was it worth it? 6 more on the way. This is just what it's going to boil down to. An air battle arms race. Except that I've completely hamstrung the Zerg by making them proxy their base. Excellent. Mining a lot of minerals for sure. Could use a few, packs of Zerglings in here too. Focus down the pylons while you engage with the air army. Oh, getting the batteries in the main base here. Lex. Okay, I could make fun of Lex for having 30 actions per minute, but I'm going to say it's actually very effective. I'm liking Lex's decision making here. Corruptors moving forward, picking off a couple of the units, it would seem. Queen supporting up against the interceptors. Lex putting the 30 actions per minute to solid use here, getting batteries in the main, getting more air units. The Tempest, I think, might still be a questionable decision, but we'll get there. Like, even if you had just made Void Rays, I think this may have gone better. The Zerg, though, it's been a while since I've made fun of the Zerg at all. They're doing pretty well. Actually, I can understand making a lot of Corruptors, because, there's a lot of Tempest. There's a lot of carriers here. The Void Rays, a little difficult to deal with. One thing I would do here, I would like to get maybe Infestors or Vipers. Vipers, you know me. Anybody that watches the channel, you know me. It would be Vipers, undoubtedly. Parasitic Bomb onto the Void Rays is a solid option. Other choice, Abducts. You could have been picking off some of these units one by one. Lex, what are you doing? It's a move command. Wake up, Lex. Losing, like 5 capital ships just to get over top of the cannons here. The Queen was picked off. Oh no. The Tempest could now shell this base completely unprotected. The Corruptors moving, trying to rotate around here. Engagement. Void Rays not charging up at all. Lex. The Void Rays will fall. The Corruptors take out the rest. The time for the battle has come. +2 attack. Corruptors are shredding through the army here. Carriers plummet from the sky. Scamp. No time for faces. Offensive. Face your opponent. Queens dying at the front line. But it is going to be plenty enough. The Zerg will take the match. And you know what gets a bonus point for me for making Proxy everything work? as Zerg. I quite like it, having to take hatcheries around the map. The early game was a bit hectic. I bet you there was some blood pressure involved there, and your stress is well rewarded. Well done, victory well earned. Thank you everyone for the submissions, of course. Challenges have been honored. I hope it was enjoyable. Looking forward to the next one. If you're interested in taking on the challenge for yourself, seeing what's coming up next, check out the Discord in the link. The Discord link in the description below. We have a viewer challenge section. Check it out. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day.